It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 2nd of January, 2020. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Michael Groff. We saw a system pass through the central and southern Rockies, and the tail end of which moved through central and eastern Arizona last night. That even brought some isolated showers to the valley, some of which produced some very small hail in East Mesa around midnight. But nothing like that today. Will start to dry out, and there will be a warming trend that sets in for the weekend and early next week. That should be fairly short-lived, though, as more cool weather is expected for the middle and latter portion of next week. Will that be accompanied by any rain? Well, we'll see. First, before we get into any of that, we wrapped up the month of December, so let's take a look at the climate stats there. It was the 26th warmest December on record. The average high was a little bit below average, but as has been the trend for the last several decades, the urban heat island effect taking over, so those overnight lows continue to get warmer. So we were in the top 10 warmest Decembers on record for our low temperature. 7/10 of an inch of rain in the bucket at Sky Harbor. Not too far below normal, so that placed us 54th wettest. I don't have the year-end stats for Phoenix, but I did see that it was the coolest year since the year 2000 in terms of average temperatures, and we obviously finished with below average precipitation. All right, speaking of climate, yesterday in the valley, we kicked off the year 2020 below average. The high was 60, the low 40, and no rain officially. All right, outside now here just after 7 a.m., mostly clear skies out there, 43 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 37, humidity 81%. The winds are calm, the barometer is steady. Temperatures out there this morning, it's near the freezing mark in the cool spots. Fort McDowell, Goldfield, as is typically the case, 30s for a good portion of the area, the urban core in the low 40s. The upper air look, that system that brought those few showers to central and eastern Arizona last night, is moving off into the southern Rockies and out into the Plain States. We are left with a dry northwesterly to northerly flow in its wake, so that'll keep us on the cool side for today. The watch warning map shows some winter weather advisories over parts of Montana. We've got flood and flash flood watches in sections of the deep south and along the Gulf Coast. The convective outlook for today, some of those same areas have a slight risk of severe storms around New Orleans, up toward Biloxi and Jackson, Mississippi, with a marginal risk further to the north and east extending into parts of Alabama. And the precipitation outlook valid through next Thursday morning from the WPC. Forget it, no rain for us here in the valley. Statewide, not much to be had either, as we may see an isolated shower or two continuing in eastern Arizona through the afternoon today, but that's going to be just about it. All right, let's look at the details of our weather pattern now as we take a look at the models. Check it out. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And there's that aforementioned wave still pulling away from Arizona, moving out into the Plain States later today and tonight. A dry northwesterly to northerly flow behind it, but it's a cool airflow for us. So down at the surface, sunny skies. Temperatures slightly below average will be in the low to mid 60s. Tonight, clear. Lows in the 30s to about 40 tomorrow. More the same, sunny. Highs low to mid 60s. All right, as we head into the weekend, we'll see a warming trend take over as the upper heights rise a bit in response to high pressure trying to build in across Arizona. Highs mid-60s on Saturday, upper 60s on Sunday. We could get close to 70. Same thing on Monday. Mostly sunny skies continue. Tuesday, evidence of troughing building in across the western states, and that should knock the heights down just a bit. Highs mid and upper 60s. And then on Wednesday, some clouds come in. But at this point, the GFS shows us kind of on the southern periphery of broader troughing developing. So while temperatures would back off, we would stay dry, highs low to mid-60s. Here's a week from today. This is Thursday, the 9th of January. Again, broad troughing over the west. We're on the southern periphery. It looks dry, just some clouds for us. High temperatures holding in the low 60s. And then going out 10 days to the end of the forecast period, Saturday, the 11th of January. And that's a very familiar pattern. That's kind of the pattern we saw all of last summer. That's why we didn't have much of a monsoon. High pressure across the northern Pacific, troughing over the central and northern Rockies, and we're on the southwest flank of that, so we would be dry. The European has a much different solution out here, though. It shows that same ridge, not so much over the northern Pacific, but a little bit further to the west and south. Still an intense ridge, though, and that would cause a very strong area of low pressure to develop downstream along the west coast, and that could keep us very wet and cool out toward the end of next week. But right now, it's just way too early to call. For the moment, we're going to keep our forecast dry, but we'll keep an eye on things. All right, temperatures through the period off of the GFS ensemble. Interestingly enough, the ensemble does warm us up this weekend and then cools us off pretty dramatically out there toward the 10th and 11th. Highs going back below average through mid-January, as some of the ensemble members definitely agree with the European solution in bringing in a much colder and wetter regime again for the middle part of the month. We'll see. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy our videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll be alerted. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. And as always, I thank you so much for watching. You guys be safe out there and have yourselves a wonderful Thursday.